Hello and welcome to another Innistrad Midnight Hunt draft. This is a premier draft because the season of September just ended like an hour ago, and I'm now at gold tier 4, and I maybe try to rank up to mythic rank and maybe top 1200 in October. So yeah, I'm playing a premier draft because my previous one was a traditional draft. So how about the galvanic iteration? Not a very good one. Also two colors. I'm just not going to take the rare here. Out of the commons, the ecstatic awakener is probably the most interesting one, but there is the devoted craftkeeper, which is pretty good. Defender Celestus is definitely a reasonable card as a monocolor card. I think I might take it over the ecstatic awakener, but I'm not sure. This is very good though. It's very easy to get some fodder, but I do like the idea of this card. Such a cheap D-step cost, and yeah, I think that is the best option there. Funnily, the other uncommon blue-white card was also in the same pack. It's not nearly as good as this though. Someone took the rare here. There is a Moonrage's slash in here, but there's also another Defender Celestus. And the Stromkirk Blood Thief is good too in the aggressive archetype. Alright, Grizzly Goal I like a lot, but obviously not great after picking a blue-white card. Should I take the Moonrage's slash? Or just try to kind of force the blue-white? What I'm gonna take, like a Baithook Angler, which would be okay still. Just if red is, for example, open, I don't wanna splash splash. I mean, pass this card. I'll take this in case red is open. I want to have this available. Alright, so red isn't that great in this pack, but I think it was still worth picking that card. It probably was the best card in the pack. It is just a 1-for-1 removal, which is not that great in this format when the opponent is playing value cards, stuff that gets natural 2-for-1s, for example, disturb creatures. And well, there are a lot of other examples in this set too, but it's still a pretty efficient removal spell. However, what is the pick in here? There is the Lunarch Veteran, which is, I believe, is actually a decent card, but there's also Phantom Carriage. 6 mana 4/4 that can get something with flashback or disturb into your graveyard. It's like almost drawing a card, and of course it flies. I think I'll take the uncommon. Just try to keep the blue-white dream going on. There is a Wandering Stinger, which would be good if I wanted to follow up the Moonrage's slash, but there is also a Hound Tamer, which is really good werewolf. This is one of the best werewolves there is. Now, I know the werewolf archetype is not that great, or at least the general consensus seems to be that the red-green archetype, focusing on werewolves is really not that great, but Hound Tamer is an amazing card. And if green is open enough that I'm gonna get a pick for Hound Tamer, I think it might be the pick here. I could take the Loyal Creeper or Sunset Revelry here and just try to get the blue-white stuff going on, but for example, there is no blue in here. I think the best card in the pack is the Hound Tamer, and I'm gonna take it, and if green is open, I will be drafting green, for sure. And then, what's the green in this pack? Nothing really. And then there's something like a Rite of Oblivion. Although there is a Fangblade Brigand, also another rather good card. Even if it's not Knight, this is a fairly decent 4-drop. Hard to block because it threatens to be a 4-power first striker. Just for 2 mana, and of course you don't have to use the ability when the opponent chooses to not block. Ominous Roost is interesting, but maybe not. Maybe not. I could beat the red-green deck. I don't really have I don't oppose drafting that. This pack is fairly weak, other than the Fangblade Brigand and the Rite of Oblivion. But the black and white card seems like not a great choice, given what I have picked now. Okay, and then there is like Bramble Armor as the only green card. So the Hound Tamer was just a random card that was there as pick 4 and then nothing else. Green is open. That is a bit disappointing because I really thought green would be open if that is past that late. Well, I tried and didn't seem to work. Now this pack doesn't have any blue or green. There's a green card, but not really a great one. The other colors are like fine-ish. Maybe I'll take the Sacred Fire here. I'm not a big fan of this pack. Maybe the Fang, I don't know. Some of the mono red cards could have been maybe playable. And then I see this pack that hasn't got any white either. So what I'm gonna say? Green isn't, well, the green is definitely not open. There's no green in here, so green isn't open. Now I have two blue kind of uninteresting cards. There is an aggressive red card. This is also acceptable on defense. And the only black cards are these two, not great. Phantom Carriage, am I still going to be like blue? What, blue-red? Is red the only card that is somewhat open? Maybe I'll take the 4-mana 3/4 here. I'm taking it. At least it's a playable one. Okay, and then there's a Sunrise Cavalier. This is really good. But then again, this pack has also some white cards. There's also a good 2-drop. I have no 2-drop creatures. The Lamphold Harrier is, well, maybe, well, it's acceptable still. It's a 2-mana 2/2 that has an ability that can be relevant. It's not the best 2-drop ever, of course. Alright, I'll take the best card in the pack still. Because I have a Sacred Fire and the Sunrise Cavalier, that might be worth kind of forcing red-white a bit at least, but I will need to get those cheap drops now. Neonate Rush. Not sure how good that is gonna be. Mounted Dreadnought is just a random 5-drop though. I think I'll take the ping effect here now. I will find some 5-drops, and I'm definitely trying to be now red-white because I didn't really see what's open. Well, black-green isn't open because green isn't open. Black is like somewhat open. There's also Howling Zombie as a pick number 10, this is a really good card, especially as a pick number 10. I still take the white card and try to be red-white here, maybe, but interesting. And now I get a Pestilent Wolf as pick number 11. What is this? There's a Ritual of Hope I could take too, but this is something I could... Well, no, I have only one green card. I'm taking the white card in here. Yeah, but I don't get why such a decent quality green card was there that late when I saw no green in the middle packs there. Alright, Stolen Vitality is something I could be interested in trying, but I'll take the 1-drop here definitely. This is best of 1 draft, so I don't like this card as a... Okay, I'm never gonna play the I might play this though. I'm never going to play the... Sorry, what was the Exile Spirit card with Disturb or an enchantment. I don't think it's really that great in best of 1. Okay, well, this pack now. Let's just focus on this pack. So I think I take the Adeline. I already had this in 1 draft. It was... Or was it sealed? Whichever it was. I think it was draft. The sealed one I played was red-green. Adeline was amazing in the draft. I had it in, and it is just a very good card. Purifying Dragon would be nice 5-drop. Candlecrow, which is definitely a 2-drop I'm interested in. But I'm not going to pass the rare here. This is really, really good. And I think it's pretty easy to just cut all the cards that are not red or white. And now I have 11 playables here, in fact. So the Pax Betrayal, though, if you don't have Sacrifice outlets, it's not really that good. Even if you have Wolves or Werewolves, the Scry 2 isn't really worth running such a inconsistent effect like this. It doesn't do anything unless you are in a race situation or really trying to push through some tough blocker. It doesn't happen in every game. Alright, so... Okay, so red and white are the things of interest now. There's a Spellrune Painter. Well, it would require a bunch of instants and sorceries. I have 4 instants now. Am I going to play all of them? I think all of them are playable. There is also something like an Immolation here. Cheap removal. There's also Harvest-Tide Infiltrator and a Famished Forages. All kind of... I like this werewolf because the 4/4 is really, really good. And the 3 mana 3/2 isn't bad. And both sides have trample too. So 6 creatures. Maybe I'll just take the Infiltrator here. I like it more than the Painter in this deck, I think. Yeah, let's take the trample thing. I'm not sure the +2/-2 is really that good in the end. And here I think I just have to take a 2-drop over something like a Candle Trap, which is okay. But in the end, this kind of deck needs to hit its 2-drops. Currently I have no creatures at 2. I have 1 creature at 1, but I need a lot of 2-drops. And if I don't start picking them when I'm giving the option to do so, it can just be a complete train break draft. So let's take the Cathar Commando. It's a 3-power 2-drop. Wow, what is this? Peak 4. Burn the house. Burn down the house. A rat effect that also does a very nice effect when you don't want to rat the board because you have, you have the better board presence, or you are the aggressor or whatever. There are many situations when you don't want to rat the board, and that's why rats in limited are not usually that great. But this thing has an amazing second mode. I'm definitely taking this. I'm just thinking that is anyone drafting red to my left because this is pick 4, so there are 3 people that passed this thing. I mean, if someone is red, they should have taken this. And this is even at the rare, so no one took... come on, what happened? Okay. No one took... no one rare drafted something over this, because this was the only rare in the pack. Wow. Alright, so there's also Catilda. Now, it's a good card in green-white, of course, but, well, I'm gonna be red-white, so... And this is absolutely not a card I'm gonna splash. It's not really... It's so slow to get going that it's not worth a splash. This is only good when you can cast it always when you draw it, not when you wait to draw your splash color. So here I have 3 cards. I could take maybe any of those, but maybe it's time to take one of these Candle Traps now. Might make sense. Okay, 2-drop. Definitely. I don't think the Morning Patrol is that bad because you get the 4 mana 2/1 here, flyer, anyway. But I just want to have these 2-drops. It's very important. And Ardent Elementalist does have some cards it can pick up. For instance, no sorceries yet. Oh, 1 sorcery. What is that? Oh, Burn the House Down. Yeah, there's a Celestial Sanctifier, which is not great. I'm not taking this one, by the way. I think I like the 4-drop slightly more than this fairly unexciting 3-drop. Okay, let's take the Elementalist for some card advantage. It can also get something like a Moonrage's Slashback, which will be pretty fantastic. I'm gonna take another Wandering Stinger. I will most likely be somewhat aggressive. Abandon the Post would work in an aggressive deck, but I have only 10 creatures. I need more of those. And here we have a 2-drop and a 3-drop, but this is one of the 3-drops I'm not that excited about. The Perforator isn't really great, but I think I just need 2 drops, so I'll take it now, just to have enough of those. I'll take a rare here. Not gonna play any of those, so might as well take the card that will eventually turn into 20 gems when I open all my packs. Alright, Morning Patrol. Oh, I have one of these in my sideboard. I'm never going to run 2 of them. Let's take the 3-drop now. And here, another Stinger still, and another Neonate Rush. Should I take another Rush here? I don't necessarily want to run that many of these guys. I'll take the Rush now. I mean, running 2 of them is a bit maybe questionable, but running 3 of those Stingers, I'm not sure I want to do that either. Oh, I guess one of the bombiest rare, if not the bombiest rare in the format, which is a double caster, so I'm not going to splash it. If it was a single caster, I would definitely splash it, but as a green, it's not going to happen. Right, so Burn the Accursed. I think I'll take one of these 5 mana removals now. I have only one 5 mana card, the Great Burn Down the House, and I have one of these, and this is really, if this was something, a more high quality 2-drop, I would maybe consider it, but I think it's not good enough, so I'll take the Burn the Accursed over it. I don't have a lot of white here, but red is super open in this draft, clearly. So I might even get something like a Lamphold Harrier back. I will take now the Purifying Dragon. The Spellrune Painter, it's basically a 3 mana 2/3. I have some ways to trigger it. Of course, now I have 7 ways in fact, but I like these dragon, it kills all the zombies. Well, not all the zombies, but at least all the decayed zombies, and then some other zombies in addition to that. And a 5 mana 4/3. And the ping 1 is always can be relevant too. It's not just good against the zombies. Alright, what's this? Another purifying dragon. So no, I have to start to consider if I want to play that many 5 mana cards. I'm definitely playing the burn down the house. I'm playing the purifying dragon. I just maybe want to have access to one burn the accursed. This could be the spot where I'm actually playing the immolation here. I have 14 creatures. That starts to be an okay amount. This is fairly good though, but I mean it's not great to have that many 5-drops in a deck that also has Wandering Stingers. I'll take one immolation now and see how it goes. Okay, I got this. I think the 4-drop is pretty good, but let's see. Well, why do I have all these now suddenly? All these options here. 2-drop. Another 2-drop, although I think I would take the Cathar Commando over the Unruly Mob. But this thing has always first strike, and then at common it can give you some of your... Any of your guys, even this itself, can get double strike when you are attacking. I think that is just very good, so let's take that. I have already over 23 playables, but I guess I can find some cuts. Now the Lunar Frenzy is something I would actually want to play, but there is another Cathar Commando, and I think I don't have enough early plays. I'm going to take the 2-drop here, but I'm maybe a bit sad it had to be in the same pack as the Lunar Frenzy. It is a card that could be somewhat effective in this kind of deck. And another Cathar Commando, Famished for Ages. So let's see the 2-drop count now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not enough. I'll take another one. I just need those. I have so many cuttables already that I don't really think I'm going to be that interested in any of these. I mean, I have, what, 3 cards already? So what is the most likely card I want to actually play? I guess it could be something like a Stolen Vitality. I like it more than the Flare of Fate, because it gives trample. Alright, I'm not playing 2 Candle Traps. The Seize the Storm is not for this deck. I have a bunch of instant and sorceries, but I think I'm gonna cut some of them because of the amount of cards I have in the deck is, you know, way beyond. Way more than 23. I'm not playing... Yeah, okay, I think I said that I'm not playing 2 Candle Traps, so just take the Unruly Mob. And Candle Traps keep coming, right? Well, it's not that great, so I guess it's not a surprise. I will play the 1 Perforator, but I don't think I'm gonna play more. Let's take the uncommon just for vault value, I guess. Okay, this 2-drop I might play over someone else. Best of 1, so there's no sideboard considerations. If it was a best of 3 draft, I would be happy to get something like an Neonet's Rush or maybe even the Mask. But now it doesn't matter because I'm not gonna play either of them. Okay, yet another Cathar Commando. Do I want to play the Ruffian though? It can be good, but maybe I have enough 4-drops. Let's take the Commando. Okay, so I got how many 2-drops I got in pack 3? A lot of them. So I'm gonna cut at least 1 Neonet's Rush. Now with all these 2-drops I might actually cut the Perforator. It seems like the least interesting one. Stolen Vitality, not so sure about that. Ritual of Hope, I have to see how easy it's gonna be to get a Coven that will affect its playability. Maybe I can also cut something like the other Wandering Stinger here. Okay, where's the final pack? It's here. Hopefully it's not lagging or anything. Or is it? I actually... Oh, I can't bring up the... Okay, so something happened here. I can't bring up the, you know, the draft view. I guess I just auto-picked whatever the last pick was. Actually, if there was some kind of bug right now, it doesn't matter because I was already through the draft. There wasn't going to be anything in the last pick. So I'm going to pause the recording now and try to remedy the situation somehow. Okay, so I actually had to restart the client. When I went to home screen, there was just nothing visible, no quests or nothing. I went to decks, no decks were visible and all that. So, but I restarted the client, and it seems to be working. And the last card that I got passed to me was, I think it was a component collector. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I'm going to cut now all the non-red, non-white cards as the first thing I'm gonna do here. That still leaves a lot of cards. Is this really 33 cards? Well, it is, but I guess there's a bunch of cuttables, so head switches mask. Well, I guess, well, the Pax Betrayal. Not going to play the Candle Guide. I guess that was like the easy cuts, and now I need to cut 7 more. Well, I'm gonna cut Stinger, Stolen Vitality. I'm going to cut 1 Neonate Rush. Wait a minute, what was... Oh, I had 3 of them. Alright, well, I maybe got auto-picked one of them. Well, anyway, I'm gonna just leave 1 in the deck. I might even cut the 3rd one, but let's see. What else? What else? So I have to figure out the 5 drops here. I kind of like all of those. And I want to also have enough of these instants and sorceries for the Ardent Elementalist to pick them up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2 drops and the Wandering Stinger. Now, does my deck care about the 1 damage? Because the thing is, you don't usually want to use the 3 mana to activate it until it's very late game and you actually can afford the 3 mana. And until that moment, it's only a 1/1. So the point of this card is that it will help your vampires that have the black and red has vampires that have various effects if the opponent lost life that turn. So that's of course the enabler for those things. I don't think I have any of that stuff. So I'm going to just cut the Stinger, and I'm also going to cut the Falcon Wrath Perforator. But I don't think this deck is for the Unruly Mob either. So this seems like the deck I might want to try. The Ritual of Hope. I can get a 3 and 2 pretty easily. Okay, it's gonna need some work to get something else. So it is actually not easy to get the Coven for this deck. So I think I'm going to cut the Ritual and instead play the Stolen Vitality. Or another Neonate Rush, but now I have no vampires at all. So maybe I will play 1. It can still be okay. It always draws your card. Deals 1 damage to a creature and 1 also to the player. Draw a card. And you can combine this with something like a First Striker. I have a couple of them actually. So yeah, that is 6 2-drops. Do I want to play the Candle Trap though? Now that my Coven is tough, it's kind of awkward to play this just as a... I mean, the opponent can still block, and if I use this on a high toughness creature, they have a free blocker for my guys. I don't really like that. But what would I play instead? I just don't think I want to play the Neonate Rush. Now the Stinger would be good in getting me the Coven ability. But if I played those things, I would have to cut something else. And I don't want to cut the Coven card in that case. So it's kind of hard decision there. I could still play the Perforator here. I could play another Neonate Rush after all. Or like a one-off Wandering Stinger instead of the Candle Trap. My removal is still like this: small creature removal, small creature removal, small to medium size creature removal, and then there is of course the Burn the Accursed, which can remove quite a bunch. But yeah, I like the Candle Trap when I can exile the creature fairly easily. This deck won't have that easy time in exiling any of that. Wow, but I don't like the sideboard options too much here. That is the problem. Of course, you can just put this on something very big, like a green deck might have a very big werewolf or something. this would at least neutralize it, even though they would get a free blocker. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Then again, if I cut it, what would I put it? Probably not the head switches mask. Equip 2 on a +1/+1 effect is really expensive, I think. And I have very hard time to get the Coven. Okay, maybe I'll play the Perforator, maybe I'll play the Neonate Rush. It's tough. I shouldn't waste time here anymore. Unruly Mob. Well, it can grow large. Let's play the Unruly Mob. It is very easy to make it into a 2/2 and then any more counters will be pure upside, I guess. So let's do that. I have enough creatures that they will be dying, like a lot of these 1 toughness creatures, for instance. So the Unruly Mob it is. And then the lands, I didn't get any Evolving Wild, so I have to play 9. 9/7, I have more red cards. I have a couple of red double casters, but they are 5-drops. I have a white double caster at 3 and a lot of white 2-drops. So that means I will play 9 plains and 8 mountains. And that's it. I'll just move the camera. I paused the video for that. Okay, I should be good to go now. I had the wrong icon for the deck. It was the blue-white uncommon that I picked first in the draft, but I guess I can live with that. So I'm gold tier 4 now because I only finished this September season at platinum tier 2. Alright, so 2-drop, 3-drop, even a couple of options for that. So this with the lands, easy keep. Of course, this is best of 1, which has the starting hand algorithm, which gives you more 3-landers. And of course, when you have a 9/8 mana base, your 3-landers have a quite good likelihood to feature both of your color producers. Right, so if I have another land, I could go 2, 3, 4 here. The Awakener, although is annoying, it becomes a 4/4. It can do it even at instant speed. Flame Channeler is very good. So let's see how it goes. This thing, of course, has flash, so I can at least try to block the Channeler. I can't block this because if I try to do that, they make it into 4/4 and draw a card. Well, they have something, so let's see if they have a quick start here. They can kill this and make this into a 3/3. That's really annoying, of course, and they can do exactly that. A rough start for the draft, but I have a 3-power creature I can use to block. I can use Immolation at some point too, but obviously now I have to. If I play Immolation, I have nothing else to play. And this I'm not gonna. I can't raise here, so I just have to play this and hope it can, in fact, block the 3/3 here. If they have more removal, that's just that's gonna be very bad for me. I haven't also drawn the 4th land, so I maybe can't play the first striker here. Okay, that's actually something they maybe shouldn't have done. They could have attacked with the 1/1. I was tapped out. The reasoning being that if they can make this, they could have sacked this and make this into a 4/4 and draw a card. So basically they would have traded this 3/3 into this and draw a card, make this a 4/4 in the process. That would be pretty good for them. So maybe they could have attacked for 1 there. Now this can't be really killed with my stuff here. I don't want it to become a knight here. This would become bigger, but so would this. So that's not great. I have 2 options. Just play the 4-drop or... Oh, I have only 1 red source, so I can't play Immolation and the 3-drop. So that's then pretty easy. A dual craft a trainer in that case. I would like to immolate the Ecstatic Awakener before it can actually eat something insignificant for free, draw them a card and, become a 4/4, which would be a problem. But if I played the immolation that turn, that would be the only card I could have played. All the cards, except for the 4-drop, require red, and I have only 1 red source. So, not a great situation to be in. Now they get the slash back again. Yeah, I think they are outvaluing me pretty hard here. I have the stolen vitality, so it gives a creature. Okay, it gives first strike on defense, but they're gonna try to kill the trainer. Or maybe the Sunrise Cavalier, who knows? Anyway, I can save either of my three toughness creatures with the stolen vitality. That I think it's worth it. Although they are going to sacrifice the Ardent Elementalist here for this thing, draw a card, make it a 4/4. That is a problem. I actually think I have to kill it now that I can. I'm not a fan of that because I have no cards to pick with the Elementalist, so I basically have to play the Cavalier now. And they will be able to kill it. I mean, I don't have to. I can't just leave mana up for the stolen vitality. On the other hand, the stolen vitality is a way to deal with the Tavern Ruffian. So let's make them. They can use that thing there, and I lose one of these things, probably the Sunrise Cavalier, and then I still have the stolen vitality to kill the 6/5, which still eventually will become. Now they will get the counter for the embodiment of flame here, which just, is something I can't help. Oh, they have another one of those. This is really, really tough. They have a pretty good set of cards here. And the 2/5 also prevents me from actually, raising them. And this becomes a 1 mana spell when it's a knight. But I'm not gonna main deck the Stolen Vitality, I don't think. This has no way. I get a counter if it becomes a knight though, so that is something. Fine. Let's make it knight. Do I want to attack here with the first striker? At least this became a 4/4. Now they will kill whatever I'm going to target here, so... Oh well, they will at least try to kill it. So which one do I want to survive? I mean, of course I will use the Stolen Vitality, maybe after all, as a response there. Because I can actually get it back with the Ardent Elementalist, just now I realized that. So whatever, who is gonna get the counter? I guess the trainer is gonna get the counter because this is more valuable as a creature that can, keep giving me counters. They get the great value from that. This became of 3/3, and now this is going to give them more cards, the exile and blade. If they have more removal, well, I guess if they have, let's see if they have a land drop, because if they don't, I have 6 lands, they have 4. That 2 cards difference is already huge in here when they already have gotten value out of their cards. Well, out of the 2/1. I guess the 2/1 is not a relevant creature stat-wise here. Alright, so now I could double spell and make it a day. And I would get, another counter from the Sunrise Cavalier. That's interesting. This thing doesn't give a first strike on attack. But I can get double strike if I play the Lamphold Harrier. Or maybe even if I play this. So yeah, that is... Okay, maybe I'll just play this thing, get back the Stolen Vitality. And now I can give a double strike to... I guess the Trampler is the best, right? That seems to make the most sense to me. It also might become day, so this will be back to 3/2. So let's make it tapped instead. And see what they do. If they just trade with the Tavern Smasher, I could still, of course, use the Stolen Vitality here. Now the problem is if they have some kind of removal, like the Defenestrate. That is the actual problem. Otherwise, I can play Stolen Vitality, have a 7 power Trampler with double strike. That's like 9 damage to them and kill this, and this will survive. But I fear they have a defenestrate because they... if they have a defenestrate, that's so bad. They could have the uncommon black removal too, that kills any creature and they lose 2 life. If they have any of those. Now they have priority stops, but they have it because of this thing. That's why they have priority at every step. But they have 3 cards, they didn't play a land, they must have 3 spells in their hand. Because it would be fairly safe to just, let this happen. And I'm gonna do it. If they have a removal, it's just too horrible thing. This trade is fine. After all, my 3-drop traded with their 4-drop, and now I can make it another spell here. So if they have a defenestrate, they have to kill the Cavalier, or otherwise I will get another counter. Okay, so I do get a counter here. Well, it's not gonna be the Cavalier. It is something that allows me to keep having the Coven. So I guess it's gonna be the Lamp. No, it's the Elementalist. I have still 2, 3, and 4 here, if they don't deal with my stuff. So I don't know what... Are they having like 5 drops in their hand? They didn't even use these to find... Okay, they have a foul play there. Okay, they killed the Lamphole Terrier. Alright, alright. That's fine. They can still have other removal. Now I don't sadly have the... If I just drew a 2-power creature, I could have this, double strike again. Now I only have first strike. Now I'm fearing they have... a removal spell there. They're gonna investigate and all, and should I just, push through some damage, or at least try to push through? Because I can have a 7-power first striker here, also with trample, so they can't actually kill it. Fine. I mean, they had a foul. That's a sorcery, of course. But then again, I might just let it become day again. Okay, fine. I'm gonna not attack. I'm gonna make it day again, and they'll get to draw a card. That is really not great, but I wanna just give a counter to the trainer. So I can't give it to the trainer. It doesn't actually. Fine, I'll give it anyway. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't give me Coven still. I actually had no way to give Coven because I could make. Yeah, 1/5/5. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to get 3 creatures with different powers there. But at least they have only 1 mana available now. I just don't... I shouldn't draw this many lands. This is actually horrible. And this thing gives only trample, so I won't be about attacking with these guys. I can't double spell here. Imagine if I could double spell, I could get another counter here. But no, that's not going to happen here. Well, I'm going to attack with the first striker. Now I'm assuming the 1 red mana is not going to give any kill spell for them. So they take 5 here. Or jump. If they jump, that's really fine to me. But yeah, I need to draw some... actual spells now. This is really... I mean, they still have only 4 lands. It's 4 versus 8. They have 4 more spells than me. They refuse to use these to find a land drop too, which is somehow odd. Okay, that is a 3 mana 2 to find. And they still have no lands here. What is this? And I have all the lands in the world. This is super annoying. Because if I could get a double strike, it would be... I guess if they just jump block and jump block and jump block. But this keeps trample, so the double strike would be super relevant. Anyway, there's not really any other attacks than just the trainer here again. They don't have good blocks because it can be a 7/6. Sorry, 8/6 first striker here. But I'm gonna just lose when they start playing some more impactful spells here, because I have 9 lands, they have 4. That they have 5 spells more than I. I have 8 lands left in the deck, 15 spells. Okay, well, they have an immolation, they can use it on that. If they play another spells though, Sunrise Cavalier will give another counter. They won't be doing that. And they refuse to use them. Fine, I'll take 5 here. They refuse to, at least so far, to use this thing. Maybe I'm sure they want to have lands at this point. So why don't they use this thing? Oh, I kind of forgot that's gonna, but that would have happened anyway. Alright, search party captain. I can actually draw the card right away. I think 5 mana. Well, let's see. This keeps trample, but these don't have death touch, so I. But no, wait a minute. I actually get the coven here. Yep, of course. I want the coven. At least try to have it. And a land, because I needed a land there. Anyway, does this? Yes, this does trigger. Double strike on the thing that has trample anyway. But this will give. Wait a second. If they double. Yeah, let's keep it here. So if they can't take it, right, they will lose. I mean, I have to play. I mean, I played around them having removal, but with me drawing these many lands, I just can't do it anymore. Now, a thing I could do here is play the Stolen Vitality. Let the first strike damage resolve and kill at least one of these guys, and then play the Stolen Vitality. I would lose some damage though, if they have nothing, but it's a safer way to do things. But can I afford to do safe things now? That's the question. Because if I do it right now, I can trample over 6 additional damage, whereas if the other way would. No, actually, it's actually tough now. Can I win through a removal spell? With so many lands, I think I just can't. It feels like I can't win through a removal spell. So if they have a Defenestrate, I will basically lose. I can let this thing die on the first strike. Then make this into a 6/4 so it won't die to the Stromkirk Blood Thief. And it will still trample over 3. They will taking 8. Whatever. With the flood I have here, I'm gonna just concede to a removal spell they will have here. I drew way too many lands here. My hands were kind of tied in there. I tried to play around the removal, but it just wasn't possible when I couldn't draw anything, and they were just going to win the long game because they had so many more spells than I. Okay, do we got now the bug involving not being able to find the match? Do I have to restart the client again? Because that's the... Okay, well, I seems to find an opponent. Because it shouldn't be that hard to find a gold tier opponent, even though the season just did reset. It's gonna be a drawback now, isn't it? Actually, with the new recording software, I should just use the pause recording. Because I can just pause the recording and continue with the new one I got when I got this web camera. So you don't have to wait for me finding an opponent. Maybe I should start using that. But anyway, I will pause now and you will see get back when the match actually starts. Okay, so I did have to restart the client again. But maybe I found an opponent and it's not a drawback. Alright, and I have a good hand on the draw, though. This, of course, would be even better on the play. Silver bolt, alright. I'm going to flash in the 3 power creature here. Or maybe if I need to use the Sacred Fire, I can. Death Toucher. Well, I will use the Sacred Fire on that, but I will of course attack for 3 here. I could play this thing too. Probably not worth it. It's black-green, they might not have that many 2 toughness creatures. I can also get rid of the Silver Bolt with this thing, but I don't really think it's worth it. I'd rather have them use 3 mana to use it. Because, yeah, well, I have some... I guess the Harvest-Tide Infiltrator is... Okay, well, I guess they just wanted to do that right away, which is completely fine now. Alright, so... what I can do is... I maybe want to return the Moonrage's Slash with the Elementalist, so I'm gonna have a slightly mana inefficient play and have this thing around now. And because this can be cheaper than for a 4 mana card. Okay, they have some effect here that's... Okay, they have something that triggers based on me getting damage here. Right, maybe the 4-2. Okay, Grizzled Goal, which is... Of course, super annoying because Moonrage's Slash doesn't kill it now, and that was super awkward. Oh, that really was. Four mana 5/4. Yeah, that is one way to get benefit from a decayed zombie. Even if I had like a 3/3 and I blocked it, this would have been a 5/4. Now I haven't got a lot of options here. One of them is of course to make it night and make this into a 4/4, but don't really like that. I can't double spell that. That's the annoying part. I think I should just play this. Do I have 1 mana red spells? Yeah, I have Immolation. I have nothing that I care playing. I guess it doesn't matter which mana I leave open here. Neonate's Rush with Moonrage's Slash, though. It will deal with that stuff. Alright. Also, you know, just attacking into it and then finishing it off with this will work. But let's see if they're gonna tap out or not. They might have more, like a 5 mana big green creature. That is definitely possible, and I don't even have the pacifism variant in the deck. Okay, that's not what I care about. Alright, so... how do I do it? I could just kill it. Kind of feel like I want to do exactly that and try to raise them. I'll take another 4 here, but... I'll try. Let's see what happens when I do this. They might have a way to save it with a pump spell of some kind. Okay, whatever they had, they wouldn't want to use it. Well, I'm gonna just raise. I got 2 life from that, so... They have a defenestrate. Okay, they have 2 cards left. Now, as long as I get to kill this and they don't have like an insane big creature, I will be in a good shape. Don't have an insanely big creature. They did. It's not the first time I'm facing it, although I have had it in my deck too. It is insane. So I have to deal with the 5/4 and the 6/6, and they still have the 2/2s left here. If I attack with this, they can just block with a wolf, take 2. I mean, most likely they just take 2. I can do slash. This becomes on 7/7 during night. So I can't even try to make a knight and then I can play slash elementalist slash or something like that in the same turn, because I would need an additional point of damage for this thing in that case when it's night, because this is of course cheap when it's night. Like I could do it for 6 mana. But I mean, I can kill this, maybe find something for the... Yeah, let's try that. The land isn't going to help. So I'm taking here like 8 damage. Am I? Well, great to be at 0-2 here. Well, I mean, I just lost the game 1 because I flooded quite a bit, and then I'm facing a Tovolar's Huntmaster. The only good thing here is that I mean, I can't take 10 here. Is that they are flooding out a bit. So if I could deal with this thing, that might help here, but I have no way to deal with it. So now when it attacks, create 2/2/2 tokens. I can double spell though, but I need to jump block it and then. So how do I do it? I can actually even triple spell, I guess, but how do I do it? No, actually I can, no, but I can't let this attack and make, I mean, I can't, I have to make it in the day, and this will be more expensive in that case. So I'll just have to double spell here and figure out something. If they have a land in hand, well, let's see what happens. They can make the wolf fight some of these guys, but it doesn't actually matter. It's gonna trade with one of these anyway. So am I going to have to... I guess I could kill the wolf with the slash. Because now I have to jump block the 6/6. And they can make it back into night by just not playing a spell. I mean, am I supposed to do this instead? Yeah, I guess I am supposed to do this instead. And hope they really... But they can make it... Just play no spells and it becomes night again. I need the pump spell here, but that's not enough because it's night now. Yeah, well now the 7/7 I have, yeah, they get 2/2/2s when it attacks, they get to fight my stuff. That is really game over. Yeah, Tovolar's Huntmaster, that is a really good card. But now I will pause for the match finding, so you don't have to actually waste time seeing when I try to find a match. So we'll see in the next round. Okay, so I'm at 0-2. Let's hope to not either flood or have a mana screw or face an insane bomb rare. This would be a quite acceptable hand on the play, especially if one of these was a mountain, because I have a good 3-drop and good 4-drop and a Sacred Fire. But now if I don't draw one of my 8 mountains, it's going to be a horrible hand because I have 3 cards requiring red. This is not also great when you can't make the discounts happen, so mulligan it is. And I have the double white here with that. Oh, I have this in my deck. Maybe that can help me win the game. So which card is the least impressive? I feel like the mountain is the least impressive because I'm not going to cut the burn the house down here. This is also a great bomb rare. This is such a high quality 3-drop. I basically want to draw the planes for this thing anyway. I have still 8 planes left in the deck, and when I have a planes I can play the other 3-drops too, and maybe the burn the house down could stabilize if I need to wait for a Mew. If the opponent gets the superior board position, I can reset the board with this thing. Alright, so this is it. Any land is good for, at least I can play the couple of 3-drops here. Planes would be fantastic. Okay, that is now I probably will have now an actual game of Magic. Black and white. The 4 toughness for this is really relevant. And when it attacks, oh, it just dies. Okay. Be that way. What was I gonna say? This has also haste, by the way. Did I forget it in an earlier game? I probably needed to. I didn't have a good attack, but anyway, it does have haste. It's really good. I don't remember what was I saying. Hopping zombie. Well, that's going to die to the slash, I guess. I could make it an... Well, that's a fairly interesting question, but I don't think it's worth it. I could make it a knight and then use this on their turn, but they can easily double spell and make it... Well, actually, I would then get even more counters, but that means that if they have any removal spell, it's just... I lose the 3 damage that I'm able to deal here, so let's just kill it right away. Because I guess I could have just, you know, played the search party captain, but I like to keep the pressure up here now, because this also, the second mode here is pretty good. I'm actually not sure if you see the text here because of my face cam, but the 3/1/1 devils are really decent stuff. Okay, they have another hobbling zombie here because of the crawl from the cellar here. Okay, at 5 mana. Well, I did put 1 mountain on the bottom of my deck, but I needed the plains. I got 3 instead. Well, the Death Toucher is annoying. Can't cast this, so I guess I'll just play this and I leave. I could have an immolation draw here, so let's tap this like this. Another double red. Well, these are the 2 double red spells in my deck. They are both 5-drops. I'm at 5 lands, and 4 of them are mountains. Sorry, plains. Anyway, not gonna trade with the hobbling zombie here, so let's not do that. So whatever I draw, just don't draw a plains. They have a red hound. The Purifying Dragon was a good draw. It gets rid of this zombie here. But this is also a 6/6. They just go for a 3 damage here. Of course it's 4 because of this. Alright. So... Neonate's Rush. Well, at least I get to make it into a knight. I get a counter from this thing because I can play both of my... Well, there's an instant and then there's a flash creature. But the 6/6 is going to be a problem here. Imagine if one of my lands was an actual mountain here. This is really awkward event. I don't know what's... I don't like this at all. But it is what it is. If they double spell this turn though, it will become... Well, maybe they just kill the Sunrise Cavalier. I discard 2 cards, right? Are you kidding? What? Problem is, even if I double block the Dread Hound, the crawl from the cellar is just gonna happen here. They get it back. I need all my cards here. This is really bad. I can't even kill the Dread Hound with the burn the house down. Burn down the house. Okay, whatever. Can I find a way to win? I mean, yeah, there's resolves, of course. I guess the Purifying Dragon is just too slow here. It's not going to do a lot here. And I guess the Neonate's Rush is the other one. This can draw me a card, but no, it's going to be those 2. This is horrible. Are they gonna go an offensive tap here? Really? This gives me a chance to, if they, oh, they chose not to attack with them. That thing there. Okay, so well, I can double block it and then they will get it back with this. So I have to take 6 here, absolutely. But I'm gonna die very soon. I'm very happy they chose to use the tapper on their turn. If I draw a mountain now, that could give me a chance here. Okay, so let's just try to push damage through here. That will trample over 1 damage anyway, because the burn the house down can maybe... Well, I will lose. The Dreadhound is really good of a 6-drop, because every creature that dies is gonna make me lose life. I have to obviously... Oh, I will lose, because... I didn't even... I mean, I was losing there, because if I didn't attack, I'm just losing. But of course, they can just tap this thing, and that's it. That was an awkward match, definitely. Awkward event, I mean. But hey, I'm uploading all my drafts I record. I don't think the deck was that bad, but well, game 1 flooding out, game 2 Tovolar's Houndmaster I couldn't answer. Game 3 was, well, I guess maybe it might have helped if I had the second to red when I was at 5 lands, but probably the Dreadhound was just too good there anyway. Yeah, they were able to kill this Adeline here. I had the great start here with the Sunrise Cavalier and the Adeline, but they killed this thing. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, is this just a bad deck? I had a good mana curve. Like in a normal limited sense, this deck was completely fine. Good curve, some removal, and also some higher quality cards like, well, the Burn Down the House. The uncommons are pretty decent here. The Fangblade Brigand, which I didn't draw. The Dualcraft Trainer, Sunrise Cavalier. Of course, this rare is good too. And the 2-drops, they were completely reasonable here. So, well, that was it. This is gonna go to YouTube like all my drafts. So let's claim the prize now and stop the whining, and I will hopefully have better luck in the next draft, which will be a traditional one. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.